Assalamu alaikum. This is the second class of equations of a circle. Okay, some repetition from the first class. If the center of the circle is the origin, which is 0, 0, and the radius of the circle is r, then the equation of circle is in this form always. Okay, but if the center of the circle is some other point, for instance a comma b, then the equation of the circle will be this. Okay, assumingly the point A is 3, the value of A is 3 and the value of B is 5, positive 5, or you can take it to be 5 comma 3. The equation of the circle will be x minus 5 the whole square plus y minus 3 the whole square equals to the radius square, assuming the radius is 2 units, so it will be 4 here. That is why when the origin is the center, this point is 0, 0, so x minus 0 the whole square plus y minus 0 the whole square equals to the radius square. X minus 0 is x only, so that's why we write x square plus y square equals to r square. Starting with the first question, it says figure 11 shows a sketch of the circle with the equation this and center C. The points A, B, D and E are the coordinates, are the intersection of the circle with the axis. Write down the radius of the circle and the coordinate of C. Okay, with the help of this equation, if I can just quickly copy this. Okay, the radius of the circle is the square root of 125. Okay, square root of 125, and the coordinates of the center of the circle are 10, 2. This is the center, and the radius of the circle is square root of 125. Okay, square root of 125, which is 11.18. In 3 significant figures, 11.1 units. Okay. We're done with the first part of the question. The second part of the question says verify B is the point 21, 0 and find the coordinates of A, D and E. Okay, this is the point 21, 0. You have to find out the coordinates of A, D and E. Okay, we know that the point of intersection with the x-axis, if we want to find out, and we have the equation of the curve or equation of the circle. On the x-axis y is always 0, so we will make y equals to 0 in the equation. So I'm just putting y equals to 0 in the equation here. X minus 10 the whole square plus 0 minus 2 the whole square equals to 125. So x square minus 20x plus 100 plus 4 equals to 125. Everything on one side. X square minus 20x plus 104 minus 125 equals to 0. X square minus 20x minus 121 equals to 0. Okay, now I can solve this quadratic equation and get the value of the y coordinate, so the x intercepts of the curve. Okay, let me solve it here. A is 1, B is a negative 20, C is a negative 121. Okay, this is a 21, so we can break the middle term. X square minus 20, x minus okay, I can make it into 21x and x minus 21x plus x minus 21 equals to 0. Okay, so x is common, x minus 21, 1 is common, x minus 21 equals to 0. X plus 1 is the first bracket, x minus 21 is the other bracket. X equals to negative 1 and x equals to 21. Okay, so they had already told us that one point of intersection is 21, 0. Okay, so that means this point is 21, 0 and this point is negative 1, 0. This is negative 1, 0. So the coordinate of A is negative 1, 0. Also, we have to find out the coordinates of E here. D and E are the point of intersection with the y-axis. So I can write on the y-axis, x is 0. Okay, so I'm going to substitute x as 0 in this equation. So 0 minus 10 the whole square plus y minus 2 the whole square equals to 125. Okay, 100 plus y square minus 4y plus 4 equals to 125. Everything on one side, y square minus 4y plus 104 minus 125 equals to 0. Y square minus 4y. Okay, 125 minus 104 is negative 21 equals to 0. 7 3 times, so 7y plus 3y minus 21 equals to 0. Y minus 7 here plus 3y minus 7 here equals to 0. Y plus 3 and y minus 7 equals to 0. Y equals to negative 3 and y equals to 7. These are the 2 points of intersection with the y-axis. So one point is 0 comma negative 3 and the other point is 0 comma 7. If you look at the diagram, the point with the positive y coordinate is E. So E is this point and the other point is D, which is below the x-axis. So we found out the coordinates of D, the coordinates of E, and also we have found out the coordinates of A. Now please I can write A equals to a negative 1 comma 0. These are the points. Okay, you just have to remember that in order to find out the point of intersection of any graph with the x-axis, you have to make y equals to 0, and in order to find out the point of intersection of any graph with the x-axis, you have y-axis, you have to make x equals to 0. Okay, moving on to the second question. Just hold on. Okay, the next part, there's one part to it. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of BE. Okay, equation of the perpendicular bisector of B, and verify that this point passes through C. In order to get the equation of the perpendicular bisector of BE, we have to find out the midpoint of BE, the gradient of BE, and then find out the negative reciprocal of the gradient and get the equation. Okay, so I'm just taking the diagram down there so that I don't have to scroll up again and again. Okay, now the equation of the perpendicular bisector of BE I'm supposed to find out. Okay, gradient of BE, we already have the point E, which is 0 comma 7. Okay, so the gradient of the 2 points, I'm just writing down the points here. B is 21 comma 0 and E is 0 comma 7. Gradient of BA is 7 minus 0 upon 0 minus 21 minus 1 upon 3. Gradient of perpendicular bisector equals to 3. The negative reciprocal, if the gradient of this line is negative 1 upon 3, the gradient of this line will be positive 3. Okay, midpoint of BE is 21 plus 0 divided by 2 and 0 plus 7 divided by 2. 21 divided by 2 is 10.5 and 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. This is the midpoint. Okay, so that means this midpoint is coming out to be a 10.5 comma 3.5. Okay, in order to find out the equation of this line, we will use the negative reciprocal of the gradient of BE, which is 3, and this point. Okay, finding equation of perpendicular bisector using gradient equals to positive 3 and 10.5 comma 3.5 to form the equation. Y minus y1 equals to gradient x minus x1. Y equals to 3x minus 10.5 times 3, 31.5. This negative 3.5 also comes here, becomes positive 3.5. Okay, so y equals to 3x minus the 28 is the final answer. This is the equation of the perpendicular bisector, and now we have to find out that the point C also lies on this line. Okay, proving that C lies on the perpendicular bisector. Y equals to 3x minus 28. The coordinate of C, as we know, are 10 comma 2. Okay, substituting 10 comma 2 in the equation. 10 equals to 3 times 2 minus 28. Okay, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 28 equals to 10. Okay, just hold on for a while. Okay, I made a mistake, minor mistake, and that is, I had to plug in x as the equation of the line is y equals to 3x minus 28. Okay, y is 2, x is 10. Okay, so if both the sides of the equation are the same, 30 minus 28, we know 2 equals to 2. So the point C lies on the perpendicular bisector of BE. Okay, so we're done with the question. Whenever you have to check whether a point lies on a given line or no, you just have to plug in the x and the y coordinate in place of x and y in the equation, and if both the sides of the equation are the same, that means the right hand side and the left hand side, the final value is the same. That means the point lies on the line. Otherwise the point does not lie on the line. Okay, this is the next question. It says it shows a sketch of the curve with center 4 comma 2. The circle intersects the x-axis at 1 comma 0 and at B. Write down the coordinates of B. You want to find out the coordinates of B. The center of the circle is given and the coordinates of A are given. That means we can easily find out the radius of the circle. Once we get the radius of the circle, we can find out the equation of the circle. Once the equation of the circle is made, then in the equation of the circle, since on the x-axis y is a 0, we will make y equals to 0 and get the coordinate of B. Okay, as the first step, I'm going to find out the radius of the circle. Finding radius. Okay, I have to find out the distance of 1 comma 0 and 4 comma 2. Okay, I'm going to apply the formula. AC is equals to 2 the whole square plus 0 minus 2 the whole square. I'm using the distance formula, which is this: x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square. Okay. Okay, minus 3 square plus minus 2 square in the square root. 9 plus 4 is 13, square root of 13, which is 3.61. That means we know that the radius of the circle is 3.3 radius. Okay, finding out the equation of the circle. The coordinate are given to us. This is A, this is B. So the formula x minus the x coordinate the whole square plus the y coordinate equals to the radius square. So radius square will be 13. This is the equation of the circle. Okay, now once we have the equation of the circle, we can easily in the equation of the circle, on the x-axis y is always a 0, so I can make y equals to 0 and solve for x. Okay, add B, y equals to 0. Okay, so I'm going to make y equals to 0. 0 minus 2 is a 2. 4 equals to 13. X minus 4 the whole square equals to 13 minus 4, which is a 9. Square root of both sides. X minus 4 equals to plus minus 3. X equals to positive 3 plus 4. And x equals to negative 3 plus 4. X equals to 7 and x equals to 1. That means one point of intersection with the x-axis is 1 comma 0 and the other point is 7 comma 0. That means the coordinate of B are 7 comma 0. This is the answer to the first part of the question. We had to find out the coordinates of B. This was for 1 mark. Find the radius of the circle and hence write down the equation of the circle. We've already found out the radius of the circle. Okay. Okay, the simpler way, if you want to do it as a second part where you don't want to use the equation of the circle to do the first part, what you could have done is, since if you notice, have a look at the diagram. This seems to be symmetrical. That means the midpoint here is actually the line of symmetry of the circle. So what you can actually do is, you know that this point is going to be 4 comma 0, because if this is a vertical line, the equation of the line would be x equals to 4. Okay, this is 4 comma 0. So we can easily apply the midpoint formula on A and B to get the coordinate of the midpoint. Okay. Okay, I'm just taking the equation, the circle down there. Okay. Here, midpoint of A and B is 4 comma 0. Okay. So I'm going to take B as x comma y. So I'm going to apply the formula of midpoint, which is x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2. Okay, so 1 plus x divided by 2 and 0 plus y divided by 2 is equals to 4 comma 0. I can equate the x coordinate of the midpoint to the x coordinate here. So 1 plus x upon 2 equals to 4, 1 plus x equals to 8, x equals to 7. And I can equate the y coordinate of the midpoint to the y coordinate. So 0 plus y upon 2 equals to 0. So y equals to 0. So the coordinate of B are x comma y, which is 7 comma 0. Okay, then in the second part you have to find out the equation of the circle. So you start with, you assume that I've done the first part first, in the secondly, and the second part first. Okay, so you find out the radius and then you go ahead with finding out the equation. Then it says AD is the diameter of the circle. Okay, so AD is the diameter of the circle. That means this point here is D. Find the coordinates of D. Now once again, the midpoint of A and D is the point C. Okay, so I can use it here. Midpoint, the third part, midpoint of A and D is C. Okay, A we know is 1 comma 0. D we have to find out. D we have to find out as xy, and the coordinate of C are 4 comma 2. So I'm going to apply the midpoint formula. 1 plus x divided by 2 equals to 4 comma 2. So 1 plus x divided by 2 is 4. So 1 plus x equals to 8. X equals to 8 minus 1, which is 7. Okay, and 0 plus y divided by 2 equals to 2. So y equals to 4. That means the coordinates of the point D are 7 comma 4. This is the answer to the third part of the question. Find the equation of the tangent to the circle at D, giving your answer in the form this. Okay, now if you draw a tangent at this point here, tangent at D, you have to find out the equation of this tangent. For that, first of all, you get the gradient of this line, okay, using either the point A or C and the point D, or the point D. Get the gradient of the line. So I'm finding out the gradient of the line, and then I'm going to find out the negative reciprocal of the gradient of the line. So that way I will get the gradient of the tangent, because the two lines which are perpendicular, their gradients are negative reciprocal of each other. Firstly, I'll get the gradient of this line, and then I'm going to find out the negative reciprocal to get the gradient of this line, and I'm going to use the point D to get the equation now. Okay, I'm using the center, which is 4 comma 2. 4 comma 2 is the center, which I'm calling as C, and the point D is 7 comma 4. Okay, gradient of CD equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay, gradient of tangent equals to negative reciprocal of the gradient of CD. Okay, so using gradient equals to negative 3 upon 2 and the coordinate of d which is 7 comma 4, finding the equation of the tangent. Finding the equation of the tangent. Y minus y1 equals to gradient x minus x1. 2y minus 8 equals to negative 3x plus 21. I've cross multiplied 2 with this and negative 3 into this. Okay, so 3x plus 2y equals to 21 plus 8. 3x plus 21. 2y equals to 29. This is the equation of the tangent to the curve at the point D. Okay, so we're done with the question. Okay, moving on to the next question. It says a curve has this equation. Write down the radius of the circle and the coordinate of its center. Okay, radius of the circle is square root of 20, obviously. Okay, so this is the first part, and the coordinate of the center is 2 comma 0. Why? Because if you make this bracket equals to 0, you get the x coordinate of the center, and when you make this equals to 0, y equals to 0, obviously, because this bracket is actually y minus 0 the whole square. Make it equals to 0. Y minus 0 is 0, so y equals to 0. So these are the 2 points of these are the coordinates of the center. Okay, so the first part is done. The second part of the question, it says find the point of intersection of the circle with the y-axis. Sketch the circle. On the y-axis, x is always 0. Okay, so I'm going to make x equals to 0 in the equation. 0 minus 2 the whole square plus y square equals to 20. 4 plus y square equals to 20. Y square equals to 16. So y equals to plus minus 4. That means the curve is actually sketching the curve, touching the y-axis at 2 points. One is positive 4 and the other one is negative 4. Okay, the coordinate of the center is 2 comma 0. I'm just writing 1 2, assuming this is positive 4, this is negative 4. Okay, and 2 comma 0 is this point. This is the center of the circle. So I have to draw a circle touching. This is 2. Okay, this is a circle. The center is also evident here, 2 comma 0. These are the two y-intercepts. Okay, the next question, it says show that where the line 2x plus k intersects the circle, this is true. Okay, so we have to actually solve simultaneously the equation of the line and the equation of the circle. I'm doing solving simultaneously. Y equals to 2x plus k and the equation of the circle, which is x minus 2 the whole square plus y square equals to 20. Okay, in place of y, I'm going to plug in 2x plus k. Okay, x minus 2 the whole square plus 2x plus k the whole square equals to 20. Okay, I'm going to solve this because they have also opened up the whole thing. So I'm going to open the bracket. X square minus 4x plus 4 plus 4x square plus 2 into 2 is 4kx plus k square equals to 20. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the equation which they have given it to me Okay, they have kept 0 onto that side. Four x square plus x square is 5x square. Okay, all the terms with x I'm writing it together, so 4kx minus 4x. All the terms with the constants together, so k square plus 4 minus 20 equals to 0. 5x square plus 4k minus 4x plus k square minus 16 equals to 0. Okay, so this is done. We had to prove this. Hence, find the value of k for which the line is a tangent to the circle. Okay, if the line is a tangent to the circle, that means b square minus 4 square whenever the line is a tangent to the circle. Okay, whenever the line is a tangent to the circle, that means it is touching the circle at only one point. Okay, so point of intersection is only 1. So that means b square minus 4a square c equals to 0. Okay, so you get the b square minus 4ac is called the determinant. The determinant is the discriminant is equals to 0. Okay, get the value of discriminant from here. We know a is 5, b is 4k minus 4, and c is k square minus 16. b square 4k minus 4ac equals to 0. Okay, minus 2 into 4 is 8, 8 into 4 is 32 plus 16. Okay, minus 20 into k square minus 16 equals to 0. K square minus 32k plus 16 minus 20k square plus 320 equals to 0. Okay, so we have to find out the values of k for which it is equals to 0. Okay. I'm shifting everything to one side. Okay, so minus 4k square here goes to that side, becomes positive 4k square plus 32k plus 336 negative 336 equals to 0. Okay, let me just write it in negative here as well, here only. This will become k square with k square is minus 4k square minus 32k plus 320 plus 16 is 336 equals to 0. I'm shifting all the that side, changing the sign. Okay, taking out 4 is common, k square plus 8k minus 8 times is 32, 4 times. Okay, dividing 0 by 4, I'll get k square plus 8k minus 84 equals to 0. Okay, doing the prime factorization of 84 to break the middle term. Okay, 21 2 times for 21 and 4 will not do, 14 and 6. Okay, 14 and 6. K square plus 14k minus 6k minus 84 equals to 0. K is common, k plus minus 6 common, k plus 14 equals to 0. K minus 6, k plus 14 equals to 0. K equals to 6, k equals to negative 14. These are two values of k which we have to find out. Okay, the next question. It says the circle x minus 3 the whole square plus y minus 2 the whole square equals to 20 has center C. Write down the radius of the circle and the coordinates of C. Okay, coordinates of C would be 3, 2. Make each bracket, which is the squared bracket, equals to 0. Get the x coordinate from here. Y minus 2 equals to 0. Y equals to 2 is the y coordinate of the center. Okay, radius is going to be square root of 20. Because here in the equation, this is r square. So in order to get the radius, you have to square root this number to get the radius. Okay, the first part is done. The second part now. Find the coordinates of the intersection of the circle with the x and the y-axis. Okay, on the x-axis, y is 0. So I'm just making y equals to 0 in this equation. x minus 3 the whole square plus 0 minus 2 the whole square equals to 20. X square minus 6x plus 9 plus 4 equals to 20. X square minus 6x plus 13 minus 20 equals to 0. X square minus 6x minus 7 equals to 0. Minus 7x plus x minus 7 equals to 0. X minus 7 plus 1 x minus 7 equals to 0. The two brackets which I am getting are these two. X equals to negative 1, x equals to 7. That means negative 1 comma 0 and 7 comma 0 are the point of intersection. These are the point of intersection with the x-axis, x-intercepts. Okay, point of intersection with the y-axis. On the y-axis, x equals to 0. Okay, I'm going to make x equals to 0 in the equation now. 0 minus 3 the whole square plus y minus 2 the whole square equals to 20. 9 plus 4y plus 4 equals to 20. Y square minus 4y plus 13 minus 20 equals to 0. Y square minus 4y minus 7 equals to 0. Y square minus okay, so now I will get decimal points because you can't break the middle term here. Prime factorization of 7 is 7 and 1 and you can't break it into 4 and something. So what you have to do is apply the quadratic formula. Minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Square root of 44 upon 2. Okay, you have to give the coordinates. Okay, so instead of changing into decimal, I can do the prime factorization of 44. 44, the prime factorization is going to give me 2 into 2 and 11. Okay, so I can make the pair of 2 and 2 can come out and 11 stays here divided by 2. Okay, so actually the prime factorization is 2 into 2 into 11. So you make the pair of for 2 and 2 goes, whichever number makes a pair goes out and 11 remains inside. Okay, divide both of them by 2, you get 2 plus minus root 11. Okay, these are the coordinates. Okay, point of intersection x-axis with the y-axis. One point is going to be 0 comma 2 plus root 11 and the other point is going to be on the y-axis. Obviously x is 0 always. 2 minus root 11. These are the 2 points, the y-intercepts. Okay, last question, last part. Show that the points A, B lie on the circle. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB. Okay, let me just copy this question down there. Okay, show that the points A 1 comma 6 and 7 comma 4 lies on the circle. Okay, we have the equation of the circle with us already, so I'm just going to use that. Okay, plug in the x and the y coordinate of the points given into the equation and see if this side equals to this side, that means this point lies on the circle. Likewise, I'm going to plug in x in place of 7 and y in place of 4. 4 in place of y and solve this, and if this side also is 20, that means this point also lies on the circle. Okay, so 1 comma 6, so 1 minus 3 the whole square plus 6 minus 2 the whole square. Let's see if it turns out to be 20 or no. Minus 2 square plus 4 square. So 4 plus 16 equals to 20. 20 equals to 20. Okay. So this means that 1 comma 6 lies on the circle. Now I have to check the second point, which is 7 comma 4. Substituting this in the equation of the circle. Okay, so x is 7, 7 minus 3 the whole square, plus y is 4, 4 minus 3 the whole square. It turns out to be 20. 7 minus 3 is 4, 4 square is 16, plus 4 minus 2 is 2, 2 square is 4, equals to 20. 20 equals to 20, so the point 7 comma 4 also lies on the circle. Okay, we have proved that the 2 points lie on the circle. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of AB. Find also the distance of the chord AB from the center of the circle. Firstly, we'll find out the midpoint of A and B. Okay, using the formula of midpoint, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This is the midpoint. Okay. Find also the. I'm just drawing drawing the diagram for the circle. A rough sketch. Okay, the center of the circle we know is 3 comma 2. The point 4 comma 5 lies on the circle. That means this is the point 4 comma 5. No, I'm so sorry. The 2 points which lie on the circle 1 comma 6 and 7 comma 4. 1 comma 6 is this point, and 7 comma 4 is this point. This is A, this is B. The midpoint we know is 4 comma 5. They are saying find also the distance of the chord AB. This is a chord obviously because a straight line touching any 2 points in the circle inside the circle is actually called the chord. Distance of the chord AB from the center of the circle. You have to find out this distance, the perpendicular distance from the center to this. Okay, we know one thing as a matter of fact, and that is if you draw a line from the center to a circle which is perpendicular to a chord, if you draw a line from the center to the chord which is perpendicular to chord, or in other words, if you draw a perpendicular from the center to a chord, it bisects the chord. Okay, so that means it's going to divide it into 2 parts. So obviously that's why we're using the midpoint here. We have to find out this distance 4 comma 5 and 3 comma 2, the distance of the chord from the center. So 4 comma 5 is the point where this line is perpendicular to this chord. Okay, so you have to find out this distance. Okay, distance of 4 comma 5 and 3 comma 2, that will become the final answer. 4 minus 3 the whole square plus 5 minus 2 the whole square in the square root. 4 minus 3 is 1, 1 square is 1, 5 minus 2 is 3, 3 square is 9, square root of 10. Okay, is the distance units. If you want, you can give the answer up to 3 significant figure using the calculator. So square root of 10 is actually 3.16. This is the answer. Okay, moving on to the next question. Okay, a circle has equation this. State the coordinates of the center and the radius. Okay, the first part, coordinate of the center would be 3 comma negative 2, and the radius is going to be square root of 25, which is 5. The second part, verify that point A with coordinates this lies on the circle. Okay, so if you want to verify that the point lies on the circle, you just have to substitute the x coordinate in place of x and the y coordinate in place of y and solve this side, and if the answer is the same as the right side, which is 25, the point lies on the circle. Okay, so substituting 6 comma negative 6 in the equation of the circle. Okay, 6 minus 3 the whole square plus Negative 6 plus 2 the whole square equals to 25. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 square is 9. Plus negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 square is 16. So 25 equals to 25. Hence that 6 comma negative 6 lies on the circle. Okay. Show also that the point B on the circle for which AB is a diameter has coordinate 0 comma 2. Okay. If I just draw a rough sketch of the circle, the center is 3 comma negative 2. Okay, the point A is 6 comma negative 6. This is the point A, 6 comma negative 6. They are saying verify, show that the point B on the circle for which AB is the diameter has coordinate 0 comma 2. You have to prove that the point B for which AB is the diameter, this point is 0 comma 2. Okay. So what we can actually do is, since A lies on the circle, that means this is equal to this is actually the midpoint of A and B. So proving that 3 comma negative 2 is the midpoint midpoint. Okay, proving that 3 comma negative 2 okay, we have to prove that B is equals to 0 comma 2. Okay, so obviously in order to find out the point B, if I can take B as x comma y, let B equals to x comma y, midpoint of A and B is 3 comma negative 2. Okay, we know the coordinate of A is 3 comma 6 comma negative 6, and B can be x comma y. Applying the formula of midpoint on the 2, 6 plus x divided by 2 and negative 6 plus y divided by 2 equals to 3 comma negative 2. 6 plus x divided by 2 equals to 3. 6 plus x equals to 6, so x equals to 0. Okay. Negative 6 plus y upon 2 equals to 2. So negative 6 plus y equals to 4. Y equals to 4 plus 6, which is 10. So that means sorry, it's a negative 2 here. So negative 4 here. And this will become y equals to 6 minus 4, which is a 2. That's why D is equals to 0 comma 2. Proved. Okay. Find the equation of the tangent to the circle at A. You have to find out the equation of the tangent to the circle at A. If you draw a tangent to the circle at A, okay, tangent is always perpendicular to the circle, and you have to find out the equation. Okay. Firstly, we're going to find out obviously the gradient of this line, and the negative reciprocal of the gradient will give you the gradient of the tangent, and then you will use this point to find out the equation. Okay, gradient of AB okay, so I'm using 0 comma 2 and 3 comma negative 0 comma 2 and 6 comma negative 6 to get the gradient. Negative 6 minus 2 upon 6 minus 0. So the gradient is minus 8 upon 6, which is a negative 4 upon 6. So gradient of tangent, gradient of the tangent is going to be, gradient of tangent is going to be positive 3 upon 4. Now I'm going to use the point A, which is 6 comma negative 6, using gradient equals to 3 upon 4 and 3 comma negative 2, sorry 6 comma negative 6 to get the equation. to get the equation of the tangent. Y minus y1 equals to y minus y1. So y plus 6 equals to gradient, which is 3 upon 4 x minus x1. Cross multiplying, 4y plus 24 equals to 3x minus 18. 3x minus 4y equals to 24 plus 18. 3x minus 4y equals to 42. This is the equation of the tangent. A second circle I'm just copying this question down there. A second circle touches the original circle at A. Okay, that means this was the original circle, the radius of which is the center of which is 3 comma negative 2, and the point A is 6 comma negative 6. A second circle touches the original circle at A. Its radius is 6. Its radius is 10. Okay, the radius of the circle is 10, and the radius of this circle was 5. So that circle is bigger than this circle. So I'm just drawing a bigger one. Okay, so the radius of this circle is 10 units. This is 5 units. This is 10 units. Where BAC is a straight line. Okay. B was this point here. A is this point, and center of the circle is C. Find the coordinates of C and hence write down the equation of the second circle. Okay. It touches the original circle at A, its radius is 10 and center is at C, where BAC is a straight line. Find the coordinates of C and hence write down the equation of the second circle. Okay. Okay, this distance is 15 units. Okay, if I make the equation where I know that the gradient of BA and the gradient of AC, because it's a straight line, is the same. Okay, the gradient of BA and the gradient of AC is the same. I can use this. Let C equals to x comma y. Okay, so I can make the first equation. I know the gradient of BA, which we had found out, was gradient of BA is negative 4 upon 3. Okay, so gradient of this point with this point, x comma y. Okay, gradient of AC is equals to negative 4 upon 3, which I have taken it from the previous parts of the question, which was here, negative 4 upon 3. Okay, so I'm going to use the formula y2 minus y1, y minus 6 upon x minus 6 equals to negative 4 upon 3. Okay, I will get one equation out of this, y plus 6 equals to negative 4 upon 3. 3y plus 18 cross multiplying equals to negative 4x plus 24. 4x plus 3y equals to 24 minus 18. 4x plus 3y equals to 6. This is the first equation. Okay, I have to make another equation. I can use the distance formula here. I know that the distance of these 2 points is 10 units. Okay, so distance formula, x minus 6 the whole square plus 1, and the distance is 10 units. Okay, squaring both sides, x square, I'm just simply doing one step first, x minus 6 whole square plus y minus 6 y plus 6 the whole square equals to squaring both sides, meaning 10 on this, squaring 10 meaning 100 on this side, and from this side you've gotten rid of the square root. Now I have to solve these two equations simultaneously. Okay. Yes, what I can do is I can expand this first. X square minus 12x plus 36 plus y square plus 12x plus 36 equals to 100. X square minus 12x, negative 12x and plus 12x has cancelled. 36 plus 36 has 72. Okay, so x square plus 72 plus y square, x square plus y square plus 72 equals to 100. X square plus y square equals to 100 minus 72, which is 28. Okay, I have to solve these two equations simultaneously now. I'm just making x the subject and putting it in this. From this, if I make x the subject, 4x equals to 6 minus 3y, and x equals to 6 minus 3y upon 4. Okay, 6 minus 3y upon 4 the whole square plus y square equals to 28. I'm going to solve this and I will get the y coordinate of the center. Okay, let's solve this now. 36 minus 2 into 6 is 12 into 3 is 36y plus 9y square upon 16, because the whole thing is squared. Plus y square equals to 28. I'm going to multiply every single term by 16. Okay, so 36 minus 36y plus 9y square plus 16y square equals to 28 times 16, which is 448. Okay, I've got 12y square okay, 16 plus 9 is 25, y square minus 36y plus 36 minus 448 equals to 0. 36 minus 448 is 412. 25y square minus 36y minus 412 equals to 0. Okay, so A is 25, B is a negative 36, C is a negative 412. Okay, I'm using the calculator directly right now, but you have to show the working. Y equals to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Okay, I'm just solving it directly. A is 25, B is negative 36, and C is negative 412. So it's 2 points which I've got 4.84, and the other one is negative 3.40. These are the two coordinates which I'm getting. Okay, we don't have to find out the coordinates. Find the coordinate of C and hence write down the equation of the second circle. Okay, fine. So the coordinate of C would be okay. Okay, instead of using the distance formula, if I go with another method, I had used the gradient formula on AC. Okay, if I use, instead of A and C, if I use 3 3 comma negative 2 and xy now to get the gradient, and the gradient is the same. So using 3 comma negative 2 and x comma y, and I know that the gradient is negative 4 upon 3. Y plus 2 upon x minus 3 negative 4 upon 3. Okay, so 3y plus 6 equals to negative 4x plus 12. I'm getting the same equation. I can use some concept of this is 5 units. Okay. These are 10 units. That means okay, I have a clue here, and that is if you look at closely the two circles. Okay, if you look at the two circles very closely, this distance is 10 and this distance is 10. That means A is the midpoint of B and C. This distance is 10 because the radius is 5 here, so 10 here, and this distance is 10. That means A is the midpoint of B and C. Okay, A is the midpoint of B and C. Okay, so I can take C to be xy. I know that the coordinate of B are 3 and B are the coordinate of B are 0 comma 2. 0 comma 2. Okay, and A is the midpoint, so A के coordinates we know are 6 comma negative 6. Okay, let's apply the formula of midpoint on this. 6 plus x divided by 2 and y divided by 2 equals to 0 comma 2. Okay, 6 plus x divided by 2 equals to 0. So 6 plus x equals to 0, x equals to negative 6. And negative 6 plus y divided by 2 equals to 2. Negative 6 plus y equals to 4. Y equals to 4 plus 6. Y equals to 10. Negative 6 comma 10 is C. Okay, now we want CR negative 6 comma 10. Equation of the circle they are saying. Hence write down the equation of the second circle. This is the coordinate, so x plus 6 y minus 10, x plus 6 the whole square plus y minus 10 the whole square equals to the radius, which is 10 square. X plus 6 the whole square plus y minus 10 the whole square equals to 100 is the equation of the circle. Just hold on, I just want to check on one thing. Okay, I made a mistake here. The midpoint is actually A, not B. Okay, so I should have written A is the midpoint of B and C. Okay, so I made a mistake with the calculations here. I didn't apply the formula on this right point. So just let me fix it first. Okay, A is the midpoint of B and C. So you apply the formula on B and C and make the midpoint equals to this. So 0 plus x divided by 2 and 2 plus y divided by 2 equals to 6 comma negative 6. X upon 2 equals to 6, x equals to 12. 2 plus y divided by 2 equals to negative 6. 2 plus y equals to negative 12, y equals to negative 14. So that means the coordinates of C are 12 comma negative 14. Okay, now once you have the coordinates, you can find the equation x minus 12 the whole square plus y plus 14 the whole square equals to the radius square, which is 100. This is the equation of the circle. Thanks a lot for watching the video.